It's time to pack it up. I'm not playing either, buddy.
You're not playing Moth either?
Are you crazy? Yeah, I got no time. I'm busy, bro. I'm winter totting.
Oh my gosh.
Why WoW players and streamers keep trying old school RuneScape is already covered by many creators, and it makes sense. Inconsistent quality in modern WoW and the dry phases between classic updates have driven wave after wave of hungry MMO veterans to our humble game. But here's the real question: will they actually stay? Let's find out. I spent way more than 4,000 hours in World of Warcraft, thousands of them gearing up at endgame, only to take a short break and come back completely outclassed. A new patch drops or an entire expansion, and suddenly you're behind again. So you just start over. It's a formula that keeps you chasing, and it works. I remember those expansion launches vividly, pulling all-nighters with friends, racing new content, trying to be the gigachats on our server, and for a while it's amazing. But eventually the pace slows down, the rush fades, the dungeons, the raids, the quests, we've seen them all. All that's left is the grind, the same raids, the same gear chase, the same reset. And that's when the fatigue sets in. Blizzard's patch cadence is predictable. One expansion, 3 major content patches, some minor ones in between. Each patch gives you 6 to 8 months of activity. After that, you wait. The final patch often stretches into a long, dry wasteland. I still remember Hellfire Citadel. We raided that place for 18 months doing Warlords of Draenor. But not like old school RuneScape raiding. I mean 20 players, 4 hours, multiple times a week. All scheduled. Not when you wanted, but when you had to. Dinner plans with your girlfriend? Movie night with the boys? Forget it. It's raid time. You can probably guess how that ends for most people. And for me as well. Burnout. Then came the great savior, classic WoW. You're burnt out from WoW? Well, play more WoW. Blizzard learned to alternate release schedules. When modern WoW slows down, classic ramps up, or vice versa. That way, players always have a version with new content. It's smart. We MMO players love fresh updates. It's when the servers feel alive. Everyone logs in and the community is buzzing. And the world feels new again. But let's be honest, that model may help Blizzard's quarterly revenue, but it doesn't help player retention. It just shifts the burnout around. I started playing RuneScape in 3rd grade. One of my friends lured me into the wilderness with steel armor. You know how that ends. But my point is, back then gaming was simple. No responsibilities, no pressure, just raw exploration. Many years later, classic WoW returns, but I'm in my mid-20s now, and suddenly gaming has to compete with work, relationships, builds, dinner plans. At first, classic felt really chill. Leveling was slow and communal. No raids yet, no deadlines, just vibes. But inevitably, the endgame came, and with it, raid nights, guild drama, loot councils. I even took on officer responsibilities. That's when the game started feeling like a job. I'd hop onto Discord to debate who should get which item, and in the back of my mind I kept thinking, this is so stupid. I enjoyed it sometimes, but over time the feeling changed. I didn't want to log in anymore. Taking a break wasn't as easy as just logging off. It meant posting an apology in the guild Discord. I've written 3 of those to date. Old school RuneScape doesn't force itself onto your calendar like WoW. There's no play by Wednesday or fall behind. No rotating patches you must engage with. No raid nights unless you choose them. Deadman mode and leagues are optional side dishes. The core game remains steady. Play when you want, log off when you don't. That freedom, it might sound simple, but it's revolutionary when you're used to Blizzard's treadmill. And here's where the WoW to OSRS shift really makes sense. Let's define two player types here. Player A, the settler. They are burned out from WoW's demands. They want a game that fits into adult life, not the other way around. OSRS feels like a haven. Progress isn't wiped out by a patch. You can return after months and still matter. Time feels respected. Then you have player B, the jumper. They love adrenaline and the rush of new content. OSRS is a fun detour, a break between expansions or raid tiers. They binge it, then return to WoW or something else when the hype returns. Both types exist, and Old School RuneScape is one of the rare MMOs that actually supports both styles. Some player Bs will inevitably return to WoW, especially if Blizzard finally delivers a Classic Plus experience. Private servers like Turtle WoW or Project Epoch already prove that demand is real. But many player As, they are here to stay. They've outgrown the hamster wheel. They want meaningful progress, flexible play, and a game that doesn't punish them for living their life.
Most people will probably quit. They probably will. Yeah, and that's fine. The game, you know, it's not meant to be like an evergreen for everybody, right? But I think there's gonna also be a lot of people that like play this and stream this that genuinely enjoys it, and they're gonna keep doing it. I think genuinely, it's a game I'll always be able to play.